everybody. Hey, Lisa.
Hey everybody. Hey Tammy, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing
Hey, Don
good.
Ray B. Good to see you. Troy Sutton. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for coming. It has been a hot one here and hot for you as well, right?
Yeah, not your kind of hot, but enough for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Enough for me. I think we're gonna hit 90 today.
That is hot. You got air
But
conditioning, right?
no.
Okay, you don't either?
We
Okay. I
well
mean,
we
I do here, but when I was in northern Arizona, we didn't have AC there.
we have a portable one for the bedroom in case it's brutal, but otherwise the rest of the house does not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, we're just 90s and dry.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be I guess all week and next week.
Yep. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly.
Hey, suburban
Yeah, for
hillbilly.
anybody who doesn't know, when you live up at high elevations like Lisa does, she's almost 6,000 feet, right? Or is it 6,500? You're almost 6,000.
5318, I think, is the number.
So when you're up at high elevation like that, a lot of people just don't have air conditioning units.
Right.
It's just not a thing. Hey, Heather, thank you for coming in.
Hey, Heather.
We didn't have one in northern Arizona either. And when it gets to where it's 90 degrees, even though you're up in high elevation, it's really hot and
The,
uncomfortable for
the
several
sun is pretty
hours.
intense.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is pretty intense.
Hey, Butler Family Farm. Thank you for coming.
And we also are very dry,
Mm-hmm.
and fires are starting because it's scary dry.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say this: when you go, 20 minutes in any direction from us,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably 10 degrees warmer than us.
Mm. Good you're in the sweet spot then, huh?
Yep. Hey, Blue.
Hey, Blue Self Reliance. Thank you for coming in. So we have some things going on in collaboration wise that are about ready to start. And I thought just talking about preparedness overall would be a great conversation today since we're going to be launching those two things. Um,
I think it's a very
I've got the
timely
My Home
subject.
Apothecary that's going to be starting up Thursday, which is going to be super fun. I'm working on my video for that today to get that first video launched out there. And I do have a couple more spots open. If anybody wants to join in that, let me know. And I can put you on the list. Don Ray B, I don't know if that's something you would be interested in. Hey, the Celtic Grandma, good to see you.
So I think it's very timely what you're talking about. Hey, Nature Loves
Mm-hmm.
ASMR, because
Yeah. Hey.
yesterday I saw that an animal activist group was able to
Uh
get on the ballot a potential ban on slaughterhouses in Denver.
oh. My goodness.
So not, again, not said with fear, not said with the world is ending, just said with think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I always feel like if they're able to get it on the ballot, that says something, whether or not it passes or not, because they were able to get coordinated efforts together to make it that far. That's saying something. So
And
it's on the, you know what I mean? So it's on
it's
the
downright
ballot.
scary
If
that
it's
an
on the
animal
ballot.
activist group could get that on the ballot.
Yeah. Yeah. So I figured we would talk about preparedness as it relates to food, as it
Mhm.
relates to your home medicine cabinet, whatever that is for you, our animals, and how we take care of them. And Lisa, you want to share a little bit about what you're going to have going here soon?
Yeah, I just need to get my stuff together. Mr. Yogi Hollow turned 50 yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday to Ryan! That's
Thank,
awesome.
thank you. So, I'm trying to get my act together.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have some people expressing interest in joining in on the collab.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be laid back because I am not feeling the need to organize it heavily and do one video a day and all that. But it's simply
Yeah.
one of our goals this year is to reduce, if not completely eliminate, purchasing frozen veggies because we like frozen veggies over canned or anything like that.
We do too,
Thank
actually.
you guys. Thank you guys for the well wishes for him. I'll let him know. Um,
Happy birthday, Mr.
yeah.
Lonestetter.
So that's really all we purchase, and we don't care for like canned carrots and canned potatoes, and I'm just not fond of them. So what we've
Yeah.
been doing is between our garden, we are harvesting, and I'm weighing, and I am blanching and freezing and vac sealing all that I can.
Awesome.
Since we cannot grow everything that we will consume, we are buying the rest from local farms, whether it's the farmers market or our bulk order that has canning cases of produce. And so we just put up 30 pounds of gorgeous tricolor carrots
Oh,
in the
wow.
freezer.
Mm-hmm.
So we put up like 26 bags of those because you have waste, obviously. Um,
Did you take any pictures or post any of that on your community page?
I posted a short of the carrots of how
Awesome.
we did it.
Let's do those.
But they're absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
The tricolor was a surprise. The picture showed them
How
as orange,
fun.
but they're
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous. But anyway, doing a collab on that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still working on a hashtag. I'm thinking of Eat Fresh.
Yeah,
Um,
I like that.
I have not done chunks yet, Heather. I will. I'm doing slices to build up some, but I will do chunks as well. The slices I thought were more versatile because
Mm-hmm.
I could make a casserole, I could fry them, I could steam them, anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also going to try some chunks as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be really cool. So basically, what we're doing is putting up as much as we can,
Mm-hmm.
and it's using any preservation method. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
freezing. It could be freeze dried. It could be dehydrated. It could be canned.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your method is.
Mm-hmm.
But with not zucchini, but with yellow squash, a lot of people say there's no approved recipe and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the texture
Mm-hmm.
and the taste
Mm-hmm.
of fresh produce when it's
Yeah.
frozen.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
look out for that because channels will be joining in like Blue and Tammy and Milk and I'm sorry, Indiana Backyard Gardener. So yeah, I
Yeah.
love shredded too. I'll have tons of that too.
Yeah. I think Heather was wanting to join also, Milk and Honey Heritage Farm.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought I mentioned her.
Yeah. Oh, you did. You did. But I thought you said, oh, I meant.
Oh, sorry.
It's
I
okay.
may have.
So if anybody else wants to join in that, let Lisa know.
Yeah,
Just for her awareness.
email me at this email address. And here's the thing, if you don't have a channel and you don't do videos,
Mm-hmm.
feel free to join the challenge. And when you see a video, or like one of my videos,
Mm-hmm.
um, or comment down below what you're doing. Because not everybody's a video
Yeah.
creator, but we want it open to everybody.
You could also take a picture of what you're doing and send it to Lisa, and then she could post it on her community page for you.
With your permission, absolutely.
Yeah, if you want her to do that.
Great idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I would love for people to get involved.
And it's one of those things where you can do a bunch of different videos. You can do one video.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm laid back. I'm not.
Yeah,
It's too much to track something when there's enough going on.
yeah. So open collaboration. Welcome to all, and help get everybody, get moving with getting some food preserved and put away. I love
And
that.
I'll put out the video and it'll tell you all the things to do and all
Mm-hmm.
that jazz.
Yeah, yeah. And then we have the My Home Apothecary. If you want to participate, let me know. It's not an open collaboration, only because I want to make sure I add everybody to a playlist. But you've got to follow the rules per se with this for your own channel safety, and even for people who share your video for the safety of their channels also. So that's why I've done it like that. But we should have a lot of great content coming out from people with what they have put back for their home apothecary. what kind of, maybe herbal books they're using. I expect we'll see different kinds of teas or tinctures or oils or salves or all the other ways that we have to use herbs for, some kind of herbal medicine or, um,
Hmm.
you know, health support. I feel like with herbs, the biggest thing is you want to make sure that you try to stay healthy. So you try to treat things earlier because they're obviously not going to be as strong as, something that is pharmaceutical. Yep, yep. I like to give people an overview, encourage them to go to a certain direction to look into things. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's going to be fun. And it starts August 1st. Lisa, for yours, have you thought about, is that going to be, you thinking about when you're going to launch that?
I'm hoping to get a video out this week.
Oh,
I just
awesome.
had to get through yesterday and today, and then I will work on it.
Okay, awesome. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I know people have emailed, and I emailed back and said just hold off until I get the video out,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will email the people who I've already emailed,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll say, hey, this is what we're doing. My biggest thing with the rules is just follow the community guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, don't do anything rogue, obviously, but
Yeah.
just because we don't want people getting sick. But
Yep.
fresh produce is pretty easy to blanch and freeze for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other, so when we talk about preparedness, aside from food and medicine, I mean, there's one thing about preparing for the winter too, right? I feel
Oh,
like a lot of, we've got food coming out of the garden. So, making good use of that food coming out of the garden and just getting things put back for winter, making sure that you've got all of your stuff prepared for winter, start thinking about preparation for the animals.
making sure you have enough wood to burn, pellets, whatever your fuel is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Is there
know
any,
we will be buying. So we're end of July. We'll be getting our pellets soon
mm-hmm.
for our stove because we need about 4 or 5 pallets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you just get it rather than buy it during the winter, you get it way ahead of time and make sure that that's just stored and available.
Yeah, it's cheaper if we buy. Usually, there's three of us that go in together on bulk purchasing, and we get a deal
Mm-hmm.
because we're buying pallets. And so we buy the bulk of the pallets, which is,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, 4 or 5, and then we load them right outside the house because it's easier to carry them in if it's snowing, and then that
Mm-hmm.
way by spring they're gone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Milk and honey getting ready for cold season and weather. Is anybody going to be doing a fall garden?
No,
Blues, self-reliance, check heaters, generators, etc. Make sure they get a good service. Yep.
yeah, we'll be cleaning our chimney.
Hey, Marty, love the land homestead. Good to see you.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on. So Marty, Lisa was just sharing that she's going to have a collaboration that's going to be launched soon. Watch for that video. It's going to be open
Yep.
on basically getting your food preserved.
Oh, I need to pull all the dying and bolted things out of my green stalk and try to plant
Mm-hmm.
for fall. There you go.
Yeah, I'm still trying to harvest before I can plant for fall. I think I've got a couple things though. I pulled out some seeds. That's one of the things I was thinking about getting in the ground with some brassicas.
Let me ask a question. So I
Sure.
planted carrots in that IBC tote that I have
Mm-hmm.
um end of April. They should have matured by now, but they're not.
Huh.
Should I just pull them out and start over, or should I let them go and see if they get bigger?
Any carrot people want to answer that question? I would be prone to just leaving them and letting them grow more,
Me too, but I
thinking
just want
they
to.
would grow more. But you know what, Lisa? I've never been successful with growing carrots, so I'm not the one you want to ask.
Yeah, me neither. Why do you think I bought 30 pounds? Yeah, Marty. I'm gonna put a video out probably the end of this week. I was gonna do it early in the week, but I didn't get to it, so it'll get out this week. I'm hoping. I got to get something out.
Going for Halloween. Half and half. Heather, are you saying leave half of them and pull half of them?
Huh?
Is that what that means?
I think so.
It's not a bad idea. You could try it both ways, do a little experiment there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had one good year with carrots, and that's it. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was thinking about putting some more kidney bean seeds in the ground. They seem to grow fast, although they didn't produce very much. But I like that they do put nitrogen into the soil. So
yeah.
I'm kind of feeling like maybe I could do that. She said yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And
Marty.
Marty's in. Awesome, Marty. She's going to be in the My Home Apothecary collaboration also.
Cool. And Marty, I put my email in the chat. If you scroll up a little, you should
Oh,
see it.
here, let me pin it. Wait, hold on. Where is it? Where is it?
If you want to email me, I will include you
There.
on the email when it goes out.
Wait, can I not pin it? Oh, I got to be on my. There it is.
There you go.
Mhm. Let me do this too. Hold on.
Oh, I can pin it in the.
I'm going to do a
What?
little banner real quick. Do this too. Hold on.
Oh, oh, Mountain Grandma froze.
Can you
There
see me
she
now?
is.
All right. Let's see. There's Lisa and there's me.
Okay, perfect.
How do you get the thing to hold on? Whoopsie. Let me
There
try.
you go.
If anybody has interest in joining either of the collaborations that we're talking about,
Cool.
oops, yeah, let us know.
Marty got it, she said. Awesome.
Okay, awesome.
I think the other thing, when I think of preparedness, it's not only the world around me,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's also living rural, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're an hour one way from a Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you an idea of some of the prices differences between local and Walmart for us,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So locally, a half gallon of half and half is $10.
What?
And in
Holy
Walmart, it's
cow.
like 4.97.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Um,
Because you're also
local,
a vacation town.
yep.
Ugh.
So locally, we have they had a stock of Brussels sprouts last year. I posted
Huh.
this. It was like almost $14.
Hey, Ark.
Brussels sprouts on the stock,
Mm-hmm.
$14.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. Then the next week,
$14 for Brussels sprouts?
yeah. And next
Oh,
week
good.
and the week after, they were so much cheaper. Hey, Ark Wildman.
Wow.
I'm trying. Oh, I had a couple others. Hang on a minute, because I had some really good ones. I was writing them down in case I decided to do something. Oh, seedless watermelon,
Mm-hmm. Let's see
right?
what Dawn said.
Did you hear this?
Hmm.
Watermelon, a seedless watermelon, $16 a piece
Oh
in
my
my
goodness.
town. Walmart, I got one for 4.97.
Oh my goodness.
Vinegar was 6.99 in my town and was 3.74 at Walmart.
You just can't shop local.
You know,
That is like that those are some illegal prices right there. That should be against the law.
yeah, it's called
Talk about
gouging.
price gouging. Troy, that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, I agree, Don. I
Hey
agree.
there.
Um,
Homesteading Hustle, good to see you.
I will say that I am more
Ooh,
likely to
art
spend
is
money
awesome.
on I'm more likely to spend money at my local hardware store because they're a great store.
Mm-hmm.
and it saves us a lot of gas to
Mhm.
travel to a big box store
Uh-huh.
because they're all an hour away. I mean, it's a chain, don't get me wrong, but it's
Yeah.
locally owned.
Yeah.
The same with the grocery store. It's a chain, but it's locally
Mhm.
owned.
Yeah,
But I
same.
feel like the grocery store does a bigger job at gouging than the hardware
Mhm.
store.
Yeah. True, Dawn. I'm a sales shopper. If I see something on sale, I'll load it up.
Yeah, I don't know
Hey,
about that
Broken
with ours here.
Husband. Good to see you.
I don't know about that with ours here because they're here for months and weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, However, we don't buy meat. We haven't bought meat at the grocery store in a long time, so I have no idea.
Yep.
Yep. Our local hardware store has a lot of local, it employs a lot of local folks, and it even though it's a chain, it's an Ace Hardware.
Yep.
They really serve a crucial role in serving the community.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The only thing I have against big box stores is the fact that the lumber is usually so damaged.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go through half the pallet to find what you need. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nature loves ASMR. So true.
What's
We
that?
used to
Oh yeah.
tourist town. We used to live near the Grand Canyon. We were at like the gateway to the Grand Canyon, is what they called our town,
Mhm.
and the prices were crazy.
Yeah. Hey Sarah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What about your feed? I've like
Um,
we try to stock up on hay before winter comes.
yes. I'm already feeding hay. We've been feeding hay for a month now because we're
Mm-hmm.
so dry.
Mm-hmm.
But we do stock up on hay, and it's kind of challenging because we don't use a large amount. We only use one, like it's like an 800 pound bale of alfalfa that gets us through months. Say we could use two of
Mm-hmm.
them a year if we fed it daily. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's the challenging part is because we only need one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we don't need tons of it.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is we buy our feed locally. It's about 45 minutes away at a feed mill.
Uh-huh.
And while I'm there, it is a couple dollars more a bag pricier to buy the chicken feed.
Uh-huh.
But by the time I drove all the way in another direction,
Yeah.
it's not worth it. So we do is if I'm down there, we buy 6 bags of pig feed, which are 80-pound bags.
Mm-hmm.
And then we buy 4 bags of chicken feed, which are 50
Mm-hmm.
pounds. And then we're
Mm-hmm.
usually good for about a month and a half or so.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We have half our hay bought. Got to get the rest. Yep.
Yeah. I have right now, we'll be feeding hay and I will still have plenty, but come, September, I'll be looking for
Mm-hmm.
hay.
Yeah. And it gets more expensive in the winter when prices fluctuate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I go to a place that's about an hour south of us. Um, you know, yeah, I don't have cows though, like you do, but I just have it for my pasture pigs and we have 5 pigs now because we sold Hank.
Mm-hmm. Butler Family Farm reminded me of another thing. Making sure you have your plans for how you're getting your beef, your proteins,
Oh
whether
yeah.
it's your beef from cows you're buying from local farmers or chickens that you're going to be harvesting yourself or getting somewhere else or your pork or rabbits or whatever the plan is.
Yeah.
And I feel like our meat gets more and more sketchy every day at the grocery store.
Well, I just did an episode on the podcast Round the Hay Bale,
Uh huh.
talking about where to buy local meat. And I can tell you right now, a lot of people balk at the fact that you have to outlay a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it goes back to you have meat in your freezer or
Yep.
whatever however you want to store it. You
Yep.
want to can it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The point is we always have beef on hand. We always
That's right.
have our chicken that we've raised and all of that. And
It's not like you're not going to spend it anyways. You're going to spend it anyways. You're
it's
just
just
putting
that
it
you're
all
going to
up.
spend it all at once.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
but then you're good the rest of the year.
That's right. And you
And
know what it does too is it makes you not have to, like, let's say you're wanting to have something. If you're going to the grocery store for meat, you're going to buy other things. So, and sometimes you buy things you don't necessarily need, right? So if you could just reduce the number of times you have to go to the store, you're going to save more money because
hey,
you're going to
Grandma
make it
Hudson.
yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Grandma Hudson, she said veggies too. So many recalls. I watched this documentary,
Mhm.
and I take that stuff with a grain of salt. We'll
Yeah.
be honest.
Hmm.
But when a USDA inspector says the one thing he will never buy again is romaine lettuce,
What? Really?
oh yeah,
You're
for
kidding me.
contamination, and I'm like, yep, I grow my own leaf lettuce.
That is something I still haven't planted my greens yet. I haven't planted any of my greens.
Yeah, we've
And
had
remember,
lettuce going since the spring. It's still going.
that's awesome. And so when you planted your lettuce, you put it in like a lettuce bed and you covered it up to protect it from bugs, right?
No,
No?
I've got it in the Dollar Tree stackable planters.
Hey, Susan, thanks for coming.
They got pummeled by hail, so we
Hmm.
lost a couple weeks, but now they're
Hmm.
growing back.
Huh.
But they don't bolt because I cut them all the time. They don't taste
Yeah.
bitter.
Yeah.
I just keep cutting it.
Hmm. I need to drop some seeds.
I don't know. You're having really hot temps. So a lot of people say that like the lettuce
We
bolts
are.
when it gets hot. I've
It
not had that
does.
problem if I'm cutting it regularly.
But I'm thinking if I drop the seeds now, maybe by the time that they are, just starting to grow, maybe it'll cool off a little bit. I don't know. I'm still getting acclimated and used to
Yep.
weather here.
It takes a while, as you know. It took me 5 years.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I got to tell you. I got to
Huh.
show you. I'm proud of myself. Hang on. I've not, I'm very, that I plant very plain varieties.
Hmm.
They need to be prolific or I don't bother.
Yeah.
I planted brandywine tomatoes this year and I didn't even wait till it was ripe to take it off the vine.
Oh my good. What's it say? Is that
10.1 ounces.
holy smokes? Look at that guy. Beautiful,
And
Lisa.
then I actually had
Huge.
three.
Hey, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. And Herman the Great. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Wait, put that back up there, Lisa. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I want to make sure we said hello to Aiden Ear and Sarah at a home setting
I
hustle.
saw movement and it threw me off my game. Okay, wait. Okay, I can't see the pounds though. What does that say?
1 pound, 5.9 ounces.
Oh my goodness, look at those. Beautiful. That's
Yeah, so
awesome.
hey, Tuck by V.
Hey, Tuck by V. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah, I'm super, super
Good to see
excited.
you, Dyer Family Farm. That's awesome.
Yeah, and there's actually Hey Jennifer Ocean, and then there's also a lot more on the plant. So I
Hmm.
picked them hoping that it would put energy into the other tomatoes.
So my daughter, we've so far, as far as tomato harvest, we've been eating my daughter's tomatoes. Her tomatoes are ahead of my tomatoes, which is
Thanks,
kind of
Dawn.
fun because hers might be tapping out about the time that all of mine are ready to pull. And I have a Dr. Weitch's yellow tomato that is ginormous out there.
Wow.
It's not ready to be pulled yet, but I have been babying the heck out of it. I've done everything but put it in an organs bag. I have not done that. But my basil is huge. I have a basil plant out there that I'm not kidding you. It's about 5 foot tall.
Holy cow.
Is that not the craziest thing? Well, okay, hold on. Am I exaggerating? 4 foot tall. It's about 4 foot because I'm only 5'1", so I kind of gauge it,
Wow.
and I feel like it's almost as tall as me.
Wow.
It is definitely, how I use the cattle panels
Yeah,
um, to create the cages for the tomatoes. I say me, my husband makes them for me, but we use those cattle panels, right? So the basil's growing above the cattle panel, and those are 3 foot tall, right? I think
holy cow.
4 4 foot. So it's above
4 foot if it's hot, if it's 4 foot if it's hog panel.
I think it is a hog panel. So anyhow, it's above that, and it's like just kind of wrapping around this tomato plant. So it's been protecting it from bugs so far, and I just can't wait because remember, it could be $100 tomato because of the Grow Big TV challenge for the Dr. Weich's
Yep.
tomatoes. But my daughter, her tomatoes that we've been harvesting, I don't know if anybody has ever seen these. I need to get a picture or a video or something. These are the little bittiest tiny tomato. She's got one tomato plant. This
The
isn't all.
spoons.
I don't know what they're called, but they look like they're little bitty tiny. But there's hundreds of them. They're like the tomato snack plant everybody goes and grabs.
Oh,
You go and you get a handful of them, and they're just as sweet as they could be. They're the funnest things. And she's
cool.
got some cherries, and then she's got some yellow tomatoes, little yellow cherry tomatoes, and trying to remember
Nice.
what kind her other tomatoes are. I can't remember the name of them, but we've been harvesting those. But my Marianas are doing good. My Dr. Weich's are doing good, and my they're called Brad's Atomic Grape Tomatoes. Or
Yeah.
they're like a large. They're not a cherry tomato, but they're bigger than a cherry tomato. You know those
Yep.
ones about like this. Um, they're doing awesome out there, so that's pretty exciting. Total of 3 green cherry tomatoes so far. They will come, Jennifer. They will come.
Yeah. Once they take off, Jennifer, you'll be drowning in them. Or
Yeah,
you'll be full because you'll be eating them.
yeah. Our cherry tomatoes are all starting to really pop out there. But I never. You know how you measure your stuff, Lisa? We
Hmm.
eat it. We eat. We'll eat it while we're out there. All of those cherry tomatoes, and I've pulled several jalapenos because we're the kind of people who make a good idea. What when you plant bugs, harvested details on a calendar each year. That is a really good idea,
Yeah.
Heather. Like
Yeah. I keep
when they
notes.
show up too.
Yeah. I keep notes. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
creative redundancy. Hey, my Renaissance grandma.
Hey, my Renaissance grandma, good to see you. Thanks for coming, CR. Sweet 100s, maybe those little ones. I would believe it because there really are just hundreds. Hey,
Hey, Gwen.
Gwen, thanks for coming.
No worries.
Yeah, we've got all of those. I'm thinking about trying to plant a couple more Black Beauty zucchini.
Wow.
Well, only because it says the harvest time on them, I think, was like 45 days. So we have time. It feels really short, though, don't it? But even if it's beyond that, I think we are about 70 ish days until our last frost date here. Mm-hmm. When I plant what and harvest what. Yeah, that's a good idea. Spoon tomatoes are the smallest, I think. Okay, that would be them, Jennifer, because they are little bitty. They're
Yeah.
wonderful and they're so fun.
She'll have a lot of volunteers, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Cucamelons are fun. My daughter had those growing down in her bed last year, and those were fun. More like a snacking thing.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just couldn't wait for those brandy wines to turn. I was like, "You're coming with me now before
That's
something happens to you."
awesome, Lisa. Right?
They weren't getting any bigger. It's really just now they're just up to blush, you know.
Mm-hmm. You've got me
So I
thinking now. Maybe that one that's so huge, I should pull it because one of the caveats of that challenge is if it cracks, you can't enter your tomato then.
do not add water to that thing to the tomato. Or if
Mm-hmm.
it rains, it'll crack if it's hot.
Oh, that's awesome, CR.
Nice.
I'm growing some sunflowers down by my husband's shop and my amaranth. I've got some amaranth. It was the seeds I planted last year that didn't turn up. I wasn't expecting them to grow, and then this year they did, so that's kind of cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, they produce a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
you go to pull one and you better have your hand ready because you're
Yeah.
not going to get one. They're just all going to fall on you. Ground cherries are. So I planted some ground cherries for the first time this year, and I was gonna be. I haven't researched. I was thinking I need to research these to see if I gotta cook them first or anything. So thanks for sharing that. I didn't know. I haven't tried those yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they're really pretty too. The red ones. So yes, we have thought about getting a drone. Have you guys thought about getting a drone, Lisa?
Nope. And that's because I there's a lot of houses around us and I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to compromise their privacy and I
Yeah.
also don't want an exact location for us.
Oh, I didn't know they did that. They do that?
Well, if you give an overall view, it's easier to
Oh,
see
I
where somebody
see.
is.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I worry about? I worry about, they're expensive. I worry about the expense of purchasing it to have it bite the dust.
You get insurance.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, you get something because I know Eric at Bland's Promised Land Ranch had to do that.
oh, awesome. Dyer Family Farm, thank you for that. I'll have to go check on those. I got them growing near I'm trying to do a little food forest in the woods right next to like where our lawn is. So we're on 15 acres and most of it's wooded. So up near our yard, I've got one like kind of damp area, and that's where I've got those planted. So I'll have to go down there and check. Plus, it's probably getting really dry, and I might need to run a hose to those guys.
Um,
Yeah, same, Heather.
yep.
Hey,
Hey, Charles.
Bushcraft, good to see you.
Zap.
You do that good, Lisa.
What's up?
What's that? Pilot's insurance.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember when he crashed his. I remember that video. That's cool.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a fun plant. I think I have one of those coming my way too. I just haven't got it yet.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I was thinking about with your collaboration that you're going to do, Lisa?
What's that?
Is so I there's you know how you have all these projects of things that you need to do, want to do, blah 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 blah. One of the things that I need to do is to beef up my own spices. So, like I've harvested, and nobody's seen it because I haven't done a video, but I probably should, and I need to go down there again and get more. I've harvested a lot of oregano this year, and do you know my oregano? Even because I grew some in a container, it hopped out of the container and started growing on the ground. I don't even know how it did that because what's growing on the ground is as tall as what's in the container. So, like, you would think if it was a seed, it'd be like a little seedling or something. That sucker is as tall as what's in the container, and I have no clue how it made this happen,
Wow.
unless the root system went maybe through a hole. I don't even know. But anyway,
Wow.
thought I would mention that. Very prolific for sure. But
Wow.
so I'm harvesting the oregano and I've harvested a lot of lemon balm. I would like to make my own seasonings. And even though I don't like your Italian seasoning, even though some of the stuff I might need to buy like in bulk because I haven't grown it, I'd still like to make my own spice blends and get my spice rack filled up with some stuff that I made myself. And I knew how
Yeah.
fresh it was.
I have enough dill for the rest of my life.
Do you?
Yeah, a dill. I mean, I have in so much. I just the freeze dryer is going now.
Uh huh.
So much dill for the
That's
rest of my
awesome.
life. The other thing is we had chives and all that stuff.
Uh huh.
Oregano got obliterated by the hail and it's not coming
Aw.
back. Parsley
Really?
too. Yep.
Bummer.
Um, lemon balm is hanging on. I bought that though. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I had one good year with oregano when I bought it, not when I grow it from seed.
Hmm. I do have some that has flower. Not that one though. Gwen, it's like I'm looking around for something I can sew, like, I don't know, it's about this long and about this wide.
Wow.
One of those long little containers.
Yep.
That's what I had planted. It hopped right out of there. First year that it's grown, so it's not like it was even there before. It's really the craziest thing. I'll have to.
Wow.
I'll have to. I need to do a garden update video, and I'll have to share that because it's crazy.
That's on my list too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You see what Dyer Family Farm said?
What's quail pickle?
I have no idea. What is coil pickle?
Yeah, we don't eat a ton of pickled eggs. My husband eats them. I don't eat a lot.
I love pickled eggs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks, Joy. I don't see the need for one, but thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. You did too, Gwen? Yeah. So I have a huge oregano. It's not. It's behind. It's in my daughter's garden area. She has, but it's a really large. I don't know, 3 by 3. I say really large, but for an oregano bed, I feel like that's pretty darn big. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe a 3 by 3 garden space, all oregano, and yes, it flowers.
quail pickle their eggs. Yeah, I don't have quail.
I bet you're right. Maybe it lay.
Yep.
I didn't know that it would do that, but maybe it did lay on the ground and root that way. That would explain it.
No worries, Dyer Family Farm. We gotcha.
Mhm. I'll bet quail pickled eggs would be good too because they're so much smaller.
Yeah,
They'd be more pickly.
pickly. Ryan made sriracha pickled eggs, and he wasn't a fan of them. He liked them, but not enough to eat enough to.
hmm
So they kind of went to waste, which I
hmm
kind of get bummed about.
Yeah. Hey Lisa, in that book that you gave me, that I think it was called "How to Not Go Grocery Shopping for a Year" or something
Hmm.
like that. With the meal plan, I loved the concept of asking people what their favorite meals are
Yep.
and then focusing on having those meals prepared for your family as far as like what you have in your storage, and that is something that I'm still trying to work on and something that I feel like I still need to do because there's
Right.
certain things that we know we're all gonna like, but
Right.
and you'll eat, let's face it, if you're hungry you're gonna eat something, but
See, that's where I'm weird.
mm-hmm,
That's where I'm weird.
mm-hmm.
Like,
Why are you weird?
because even on a regular day,
Mm-hmm.
I could care less what I'm eating. Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate good food,
Uh-huh.
but there are days I'm just sitting there eating a tortilla with a piece of cheese on it and I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, like, if the end of the world comes, like, I'm not worried about the food being great. I'll be
Yep.
thankful for the food I got.
Right? That's what I'm thinking too.
Because I also know, like, being without food is
Mm-hmm.
going to be devastating.
Oh yeah.
So, the fact that I'm going to have any food is going to be amazing. Hey,
Hey,
Black
Black
Widow
Widow,
Channel.
good to see you. Mm-hmm. I think in the book, I'm the same way, Lisa. I'm not picky, and I can eat what I have, and I'm just not picky like that. But
Me too.
it is. I will agree with what the book said that it is like a morale booster if you
Yeah.
have some of those meals that everybody likes, and I think that we might need some morale boosters. But I still haven't. I feel like it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
Kenny has a
Yep.
new favorite meal.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. I think a lot of people start going and hoarding beans. And then the question is, what you going to do with all those beans? Like,
Oh, yeah. Case
you're
in
going to just.
point, I don't even like beans. But why did I buy it? It was a good deal and it'll store for a long time.
It will store for a long time. You can stretch your meat with it.
That's right. It's protein. That was what we figured.
Yeah. Stretch your meat with it. Throw it in with a pasta dish.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Marty, I'm the same way. I like all kinds of food.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then there was also in that book, they talked about if you have kids or grandbabies or any
Yep.
children around, to make sure that you stock up on things that they're going to eat
Mm-hmm.
and have that stuff handy.
Mm-hmm.
They could be the picky, difficult ones for sure.
Yeah. Ever since we did our living room over and we had to shift things around, I'm still trying to find things.
Mm-hmm. I do like the idea of, like, when you talk about canning food in jars versus your dehydrated food. I really like the dehydrated food because it stores so much easier and takes up so much less space. I haven't even canned that much stuff, but between the stuff I have canned and what I've had that I've purchased, I run into storage issues, and I feel like the dehydrated foods really help to overcome those storage issues.
Blue was just had posted about this and in the UK, from my experience, I don't live there, and Blue can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that hotel accommodations are a lot smaller in the UK from my
Mm-hmm.
experience.
Mm-hmm.
Also, flats that I've stayed in over there are a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So finding room to put things
Those
away is
jars.
challenging. And she
It
had
is.
posted something similar. And I said that we have stuff everywhere, like under beds and
That's,
closets. It's visible. I don't care because
yep.
we don't have a choice. It's got to
Yep.
go wherever we can put it.
That's right. Mm-hmm. I'll say another thing too. Oh, so I wanted to share this because this is a great tip. I didn't know this.
Hmm.
Feed chickens the beans and get good eggs. I'm
Especially
assuming,
during
right?
molting season.
It's cooked beans, right? Not
Yes, it
raw
has to be
beans.
cooked.
Yeah. Um, I was gonna mention that too when it comes to like herbs, because I have a lot of herbs and I do not have it all in jars. I just can't. I can't. It would be really expensive. I guess maybe I'm a little bit of an herb hoarder because I have two. I'll share that. I'm going to be really honest and share that in my video. It's just impossible for me to have that many jars and then find the jars and find a place to put the jars, and its shelving, is it going to fall down?
No
You
kidding.
know,
Hey,
that's something
PSV
to worry
Odyssey.
about.
Hey, Jan.
Hey Jan, thanks for coming. Hey PSV Odyssey. So I feel like there's always these, your ideal, and I want to know how to can. I want to be efficient at that, and I want to be able to do that, because I recognize how easy it would be to open up a jar of chili and pour it in a bowl, like yum and
Right.
easy. But when you're talking about the room for to have all of this food prepared and then to have room for it in your house, I just, even with using every nook and cranny we have, I can't just can tons of stuff. And I envy the people who share their larders and they've got just these walls of jars, because I don't have that. I don't have that kind of space.
Well, and the worst part is you have to build a shelf because you can't store more than too high.
Yep. Mhm.
And the other thing is like I'll tell you firsthand, I would freeze dry every vegetable we had,
Mhm.
right? My
Yep.
husband grew up with canned vegetables. He likes them.
Mhm.
I Canned carrots are the most disgusting thing that I've ever ate, and I eat
Mhm.
anything that hits my plate.
Mhm.
They had such a horrible taste to them.
How many cans do you have of them?
Oh, I still have more, and I got to choke him down, but then he chokes down.
Okay.
He eats his and loves
I'm
it.
putting this on my to-do list because I know I told you there was something I was going to try to do with these canned carrots I've got that I need to use. So I'm going to try, and if it works, I will share.
Yeah, add honey, lots of honey and brown sugar or something. I mean, I added butter, it didn't even help.
Mm-hmm.
And they were raw packed. Ooh.
Oh,
But
wow.
anyway, the other thing is potatoes. We did potatoes, and I was just like,
Mm-hmm. Skinny totes under the bed's a good idea. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just yeah. And I saw, to me there's neater ideas
Mm-hmm.
without cost
Yep.
for storing Mylar bags. I do
Mm-hmm.
prefer the jars, but you're right, it's
Mm-hmm.
expensive.
It's expensive.
But here's the thing, like I've
Expensive. And
seen.
what if it falls? What if it breaks? I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
and what if you had a scenario where for anybody living up in, a high wooded area, high elevation wooded area, if you had to bug out, like if there was a fire and for any other reason you had to bug out, you're not taking no jars with you, folks. Like that's not going to happen. But you could easily gather a couple of bins of dehydrated meals that aren't even going to be that heavy, like that one person could carry, right?
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
I do that too, growing with Hudson. And the other thing that I've seen though is when you have those small Mylar bags,
Mm-hmm.
you could put string across like a clothesline,
Mm-hmm.
and you can clip them on with clothespins, or you could stack them, or you could take hangers and hang on there on
Mm-hmm.
the string and then clip them on. Like there's so many ways to store
Mm-hmm.
them versus the jars. But
Yeah.
again, I like we don't store for 25 years,
Mm-hmm.
because we want to use it. There's only two of us.
Hey, the Nut House. Good to see you. You've had some good videos coming out lately.
But what we do is, try to rotate and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're heavy. The jars are heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are heavy. They're not portable friendly.
Mm-mm.
And I think like one of the reasons I'm excited about your collaboration, Lisa, is because there is so many different ways to store your food and preserve it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we should all have like a good diversity because, you
Yep.
know, if you had all dehydrated food, what if water was a limiting resource for whatever
Right.
reason, contamination, severe drought,
Hey, the nut house.
wells not working, whatever the case may be.
Yep.
But then for your canned foods, I mean, I don't know, I would eat those first. If it was down to that, be like, get the jars. We're eating the jars first.
Yeah. I mean,
They can't go with us if we gotta go.
I know people are going to be like, why are you freezing vegetables? Because what if, SHTF and all that? I get that. But
What do you mean? Because I think that that's a good reason to freeze dry vegetables,
well,
right?
no, freeze versus freeze dry.
Oh, I gotcha.
But we have three freezers. That's where our meat is. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all about the texture and the taste and the
Yep.
freshness. But is that all of it? No. We're
Mm-hmm.
also doing other things.
Hey, in some places where it's really dry, like let's say that you lost electricity, you could pull some stuff out and process it in some fashion. And when you live in Arizona, do you like people dehydrated jerky without a dehydrator? Like
Right.
I'm not kidding. And at least it's dry where you live too. So I mean, whatever you can do in your area, but just like how we cooked, you could cook an egg on the sidewalk in Arizona. You could actually. I've seen people like get like a little box. It was like a screen kind of box to prevent bugs, and
Yeah.
hanging their getting it situated to like lay or hang their beef jerky
Hmm.
strips from and
Hmm.
dehydrate them. So I'm just saying, like, there's just because it's in the freezer doesn't mean electricity is going to go out and you're going to lose all of it
Yeah.
because,
I'm not deluded. I
yeah.
know. I know that
Hmm.
we have backup plans to run our
Oh, I
freezers.
know, you know. I was
We have.
saying it for anybody
Mhm.
who might be here and watching the replay.
Yeah. It's just that I can't keep it all in my pantry. My pantry is not large enough.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have three
Same.
freezers we run. And what we do is when we get near the end of a year, so to speak, which is usually at the beginning of summer,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yep.
we've eaten down our meat, eaten down our chickens, eaten down
Yeah.
our vegetables,
Yep.
we shut one off.
Yep.
And then We clean it out and then we
Mhm.
start stocking them again, and
Mhm.
that's what we do.
Mhm.
But I also have canned, freeze dried, dehydrated.
Yeah. You know what I love?
So
And we, oh my gosh, we are having so much fun. We're almost at time. I've only got like another minute.
hi, Judy May Collins.
Another thing that I've been wanting to do, and I, hey, Judy May Collins, and that I haven't done, Lisa, is the fermenting as a preservation technique. I really want to learn about that fermenting. I want to do more of it. Like I get it, and I've made like apple cider vinegar. Or wait, am I? I've made the vinegar with the apples. I've done that, but I haven't. I want to make, and I've even bought the rat. I want to make some lime fermented radishes. I just want to do that because that could be another thing. So I'm loving your collaboration. I think it's a great idea. Um, and just so everybody remember, Lisa's going to have a video out this week. Keep an eye out for it. And I can't wait to see everybody's videos for that. That's going to be,
And the apothecary one you're running.
yes. And my home apothecary, my video will be out Thursday. If anybody else wants to join that, you need to email me. I was going to, some people I can't get to their emails. Like I know they're there, but YouTube's not letting me see them. So I couldn't email
You
you.
have to do it on a computer. You can't do it on your phone.
I, but I was on my laptop,
Oh, okay.
and it made me verify I was human, and then it still didn't show me what their email was. So I don't know.
Jeez Louise.
I know, but anyways,
We're
any
over.
last questions before we go? You got 30 seconds.
You got 30 seconds because Mountain Grandma's got a hard stop.
I got a hard stop. Thank you all so much for coming. I had fun today. This has been a fun conversation, and maybe we'll continue it next week. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week.
All right, thanks everybody. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.